Hello, my name is Alistair and I am the Bad Mini Painter. Now, my Leagues of Votann army needs a warlord, and Ûthar the Destined is just a perfect choice. Also, he was in the box. So, prime with the raisebone, because that was what I was using, and now he's all nice and white. Not that white is necessarily nice, it's anywho, priming and Crusader skin for his face area, thingamabob. There's not a lot of skin on him. Well, there is, but it's covered up. So, Sons of Horus. I'm getting kind of tired of this color, but you know, it's a layer paint, so you need to give it at least 2 coats, and someone made it popular to do 2 thin coats. I basically just slap it on. That's the cool thing about base layers. Afterwards, shading with the Quelia green shade. Yes, and this is 2 layers of Sons of Horus. Not the best coverage ever, to be honest. Yeah, but just slapping the shade on and picking up where it pulls, so I don't get these coffee stains all over him. Also trying not to hit the skin. Failing, but you know. Then I go in with some Corvus Black to do the gun, because I think it's a cool color for their guns. I actually don't know if Abandoned Black would be better, but I decided to use Corvus Black here. And then I can do Abandoned Black for his wires and such. Yes, which is what I'm doing now, kind of. And then Dawnstone for the stone. That made sense to me. And again, it's a large area, so I just basically just slap it on using a brush that has seen better days. I tried to repair it with some Vallejo brush repair, and that seemed to make stuff worse. So now it's good for stuff like this. It was insanely expensive, and I managed to ruin it in a short time. So Steel Legion Drab for his cape thingamabob. Trying to be careful not to hit any of the Sons of Horus, because everything that you put is horrible to cover, or any mistakes are horrible to cover up on Sons of Horus, because it needs so many coats to get a good coverage. And the same thing actually counts for Steel Legion Drab. Now I did on purpose thin it down a lot, just to try to make it a little bit smoother and focus. There we go. And I decided to use Kislev flesh for the underside of his cape. I don't know, I wanted to be kind of like it's a leather cape thing. That was kind of the theme I went for. So yeah. And Scarlet Blood for all the tassels and thingamabobs he got dangling around. Again, being super careful not to hit anything that is already green, because that would make me sad. I really like the Leagues of Votann focus. Goddamn, anyhow. I really like the Leagues of Votann models, but they are kind of a pain to paint, and that makes it a little bit less fun for me. There's a lot of tight angles and stuff like that. So, Lead Belcher, all the metal parts. Well, almost all the metal parts. Some of them are going to be bronze, but you know, the thingamabob on his sword thingy, and the handles, some of the tassels and whatnot. I can see I have already done the bronze work, but apparently the video for that is gone. But yeah, I painted some of the stuff bronze. Anywho, that's good editing. Scrag brown for holsters and everything. I want to look kind of leathery brown on him. And then Raglan Flesh Shade for all the bronze. Just that complements it nicely, and it gives it gives a little bit of depth to everything. So yeah, wonder where the hell the bronze footage actually went. It's definitely gone now, so yeah. And Agrax Earthshade, and I just slap it on there, and I do that for the cape, both the top and the bottom side of that. The funny thing doing these videos, and I'm still really new at it, so please forgive me for all the mistakes and stuff, but you realize how many mistakes you make, so actually a recommendation for me is to film yourself painting stuff, because you realize where you get sloppy. And yeah. Also the stone gets a treatment with Agrax Earthshade, and I will go and clean that up afterwards. Troll Slayer Orange for the sword. It has just horrible coverage. It's a layer paint, and my experience is that I need about 18,000 layers of it before it looks halfway decent. So yeah, just trying to be really precise with where I'm putting the paint down. There's a mistake. I'll clean that up later. So Celestial Grey for his moustache and beard, and also I will do some highlighting on the stone and just a little bit of color variation on the rock he decides to stand on. You know, in a war situation, the best thing you could do is get up on a tall rock and just start screaming. That seems to be the tactic of Ûthar. I think it's Ûthar. I don't think it's Ûthar. Ûthar. I think the little umlaut on top of the U makes it Ü. And that's a bit sloppy. And then a Abandoned Black for some of the wires and small stuff around him. And all the tassels I decide to give Abandoned Black as well. Just, I could have chosen a more rope-like color, but I kind of like the contrast between the red and the black, and it could be some black leather wire or whatever, a string. So I think this looks okay. And you can see some severe pooling on the underside of his coat. So I go back with some Steel Legion drab to do some highlights and to lighten up some of the spots that I feel got a little bit too dark, or I can see some pooling going on. That will clean it up quite nicely. And this is one of my weaknesses, precision work. Highlighting is something that I'm really trying to improve on, and I am getting better slowly, but considering how many years I've actually been painting models, I'm still really bad at it. So right now the contrast between the things that have been shaded and the new layer is really like there's a steep contrast between them. It kind of hurts the eyes, but as it dries up it gets better. And a little bit of refreshing the colors on the underside of his cape as well. Kislev flesh for that. That's just to bring back some color and still leaving the shade where I want it to be darkened. So, for instance, I feel that it would be more worn at the end of the cape. And now for further highlighting, I decide to mix some Sons of Horus with Cold White from Vallejo, just to do some highlighting, picking out spots that I wanted to bring focus to. I guess it's the way to see it. So just generally highlighting where I feel like the light would hit, or yeah. And that was a tiny mistake as well. I feel like things are starting to shape up. It's starting to look okay. It's also fun watching the video back. Again, I realize how much stuff I actually overlook for this model. I completely forget to do his little chest light thing. That should have gotten a nice yellow or something like that anyway. But it's starting to look okay. I feel like it's okay. I mean, not brilliant. Finally, I'm going to do some Stormhost Silver, and that's to highlight all the metal and all the little screws. What's it called? It has a name. I know it has a name. Anyway, all the little tiny metal parts on him, and some highlight for the prongs on his gun, and now apparently we can have a look at him while I take up some more paint. Stormhost Silver is also great for highlighting golds and bronze colors. It just fits right in for some reason. And this is actually the last thing I decided to do with this model. I could have done a lot more, but I want to keep it short and easy. That's what I like. And that is the end result. Actually no, because we need to do some basing as well. So I use, I think it's called Murtau or something like that for the base. I'm going to try to show the camera. Yes, Mordant. And that's what I use for the base. So I actually had fun painting this model. It's fun doing HQ Warlord models because they are just cool, and also there's no you don't get the batch painting fatigue because there's this one model that you need to do. I tend to do batch payment or batch paints jobs on everything else. I just, of course, don't finish one model and then move on to the exact same model to start all over. I do things in steps to be efficient, I guess. But this has a nice crackling effect, and what I'm going for with my orange rim and crackled black earth is that I want my army to be on an overmined world where it has become volcanic and almost like deteriorating due to the harvesting of resources and excessive mining. So that's my theme for this entire army. And clearing up the rim, and it looks okay. So that's the end result. Let's do some quick glamour shots is kind of taking it too far, but some shots of how he looks. See? This is his back, and also this is his front, and this is more of his front. Yes, I'm an excellent cameraman. Nothing crooked here at all. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the future somewhere, sometime.